Welcome to Kathy's Hobby Corner.
Hey y'all, I am in the house again today. Y'all know the other day I told y'all about me working on sorting seeds. So y'all remember when I showed y'all my trays that I got from the Goodwill that time I went scavenger hunting? And this one as well. And then of course I bought a whole lot of these black trays. Well, today I am going to be using these little portable seed starting pots. Okay, so we are going to be starting out with some of our some of our spring gardening, and we'll be using these pots. I got these trays so I could sit these pots in the trays to catch any excess water. We've got our potting soil here, so we'll be putting that in the cups, filling the cups up, adding our seeds. Y'all saw me sorting, but we got our seeds sorted. Here are my January seeds. I'm late with January, but it's because we've had some snow. February seeds, and these are the two I plan on working on today. I got my March, my April, and my May seeds, but I'm not worried about any of that stuff. Just January and February, getting them started. And, of course, I've got my water bottle, my spray water bottle. So, let's get started. All right, let's get started by opening up our soil bag. And guys, don't mess up your house. Put your soil bag in a garbage bag, okay? Do not mess up your house. Okay. All right, we've got our seed starting bag pots, so let's get started. All right, let's get our seed pots, and we do have a few seeds we're going to be working with. Sit some of these out. I'll double them so we'll know what we're working with. They sit just fine every other one. So these little trays, like I said, I got them for a steal at the Goodwill, I think, last year. And I used them last year when I sorted sunflower seeds. I used them when I needed to sort seeds in general. But what we're going to be working on today, let's see, we've got red cabbage, mescune lettuce, celery, yellow onions, beefsteak, tomatoes. And I was surprised, but you can actually start beefsteak tomatoes early indoors. I normally sow direct to soil outside, but I'm going to see about starting some of my tomato plants now. Lettuce, and even a couple of blueberry plants. I want to work on some of those. At least, I'm going to say at least 6 blueberry plants. You all know we have 2 blueberry plants outside, and I bought those from a nursery. One is called, what are they called? Oh, it's been a minute since I looked at them. I'll have to look up the names of them. But I have 2 current blueberry plants out there. And last year, they struggled because I had to get the acidity correct in the soil. They are in my strawberry, mixed in with my strawberry bin. Then once we got the acidity correct, the blueberries started coming back to life. One of them took longer than the other, so it missed the season where it would have been okay to grow. And the second one did produce some blueberries. So I think we got maybe a total of 12 blueberries. I think 12 blueberries off. And you know how small blueberries are, but the type of blueberry plants that I purchased technically make a large blueberry if they cross-pollinate. So and this soil is very light, guys. It's very light. So you will need to push it down a little bit. to get a little piece of paper so I can mark what I'm planting in each of these little sections. I had planned on trying to get started in my garage doing this, but it's still kind of cool. Now, we had like 70-degree weather Friday, and then turn around Saturday, it's 40 to 30 degrees. So, weather's a little weird right now. We can't really trust to see, these are carrots. We don't need carrots. We got plenty of carrots outside. These are our January seeds that we sorted. All right. So we've got lettuce. Okay, I know I definitely want to do red cabbage. We're going to be doing red cabbage. We're going to be doing celery. Blueberry seeds. Yellow onions. I'm going to put them here, back here. And we're going to do a few of these beefsteak tomatoes. I think we're going to put them there. I'm not going to worry about the lettuce right now because lettuce, I usually put it in the big bins outside on the deck. And they come really quickly. I might still do a few, but for now, I'm not going to push it with the lettuce because lettuce, it really grows. It grows like in 30 days. It grows really fast. All right, guys. So we got a few more done. Let me pull this other tray here. I'm gonna sit my January back in here so I don't get anything confused. These little bags are really helpful to keep everything sorted and neat so you're not wasting stuff, guys. Carrots. We don't need any carrots right now because we got plenty of carrots outside. Get another tray going. All right, so I got 2 more trays done. All right, let's start with the cabbage, guys. I just want to get this cabbage started. Let's see. I'm going to put 2 baby cabbages in each bin. Okay, guys, I'm going to put 2 baby cabbages. This one. Two. All right, cover it over. 1. Guys, I tell you, seed starting, it's entertaining enough. You know, it's an excitement in knowing you're going to get stuff. Now, last year I did some of this red cabbage, but I didn't get a lot of these red cabbages because the rabbits came up and ate them up, guys. The rabbits ate them up. So I didn't get to see my red cabbage. Y'all saw me harvest in the early summer a lot of my green cabbage, which did good, but I wanted to work on my spacing. I wanted to make sure I get my spacing out because my family, we eat all the big green leaves. Matter of fact, as the plant is growing, I usually tend to be pulling off those green leaves and harvesting them for our dinners. And they are really delicious. Cabbage leaves, they are really delicious. All right, so there we go. We still have a few seeds left. I'm going to put a sign in here so I'll know what I put in here. I think I got some of those labels, or I may do something bootleg and just write it on here and stick one of these in there. That's probably what I'm going to do. All right, celery. These are from Fairy Morris. I usually grab my seeds from the Home Depot or one of the Ace stores. I think they have some too, but most of the time I get mine from the Home Depot. Every now and again I may special order. Look how little those are. I know y'all can't even see those. Every now and then I may order some from the I'm going to sprinkle a little of these, and then I'm going to just cover it over because I can see now. These are going to be really small. All right. I'm just going to pour a little soil over the top of these. Still got plenty, guys. Still got plenty. This is celery. I've never grown celery before, so this will be fun to see this celery grow. Pretty much, maybe almost like my what do we have out there that reminds me of celery? Our asparagus, maybe. We've got asparagus out there. Just kind of breaking that up. All right. Put just a little bit more. All right, we're going to do a light spraying of all of these. Just a very light spraying of all of these. Put a little right there because that one's kind of low. I don't know how quickly I'm going to have to repot these, but hopefully. Most of these that I'm planting right now are ones that say they need 6 to 8 weeks indoors. Okay? 6 to 8 weeks indoors. All right, here are our beefsteak tomatoes. These are the really big ones. Last year, I did not do well with it. I had some sort of, some sort of infestation that hit. And not too bad with the worms. I will say I did not have a hard time with the worms. But now some friends of mine who were also gardening, they were finding hornworms everywhere. Just putting maybe 3 in each pot. And then the other thing was, I planted some beefsteak last year, and it turned out to be cherry tomatoes. I don't know if some just got mixed in with that pack that I used or what, but this is a different pack. So hopefully we won't have that issue. We won't have that issue this year. I know, y'all. I know some people feel like this kind of stuff is boring, but I really enjoy just knowing I'm going to be taking care of my family. And if I probably need to keep up with how much money I saved last year from growing my own food and not having to go to the produce section. The only thing I went there for last year were yellow onions and potatoes. Between the tomatoes we were growing, the squash we were growing, the okra, the corn. Now, I did have to get some corn because we didn't have a good season with corn. But turnips, collard greens. We were still eating stuff out the freezer. And I still have some cabbage, some collards. What else do I have? Turnip greens. We ate the last of the broccoli just recently. So the broccoli lasted a good time. And we had broccoli leaves. Don't forget, guys. If you grow broccoli, you get a bonus with the broccoli leaves. You will not find that in any grocery store, because grocery stores throw away those dark green leaves, which are wonderful for your health, for your blood and everything. Okay, these are actually some blueberry seeds that I got from a nursery. It's been a minute. And I never used them, guys. I never used them. So these blueberry seeds are tiny, tiny. Let's see. And let's see if we can get some. I actually should have started planting some of these in January, but I didn't get a chance to start in January because we still had snow. Just doing 1 or 2 in each pot, guys. All right, that's enough. All right, guys, so we got the, didn't want to bore y'all with this. So I used the little cardboards to make us some little namesakes, so I'll know what's here. Let me take it out while I'm spraying. Let's get these a little wet. Caught these bottles on sale, Home Depot. Not much of anything. All right, those are our beefsteak tomatoes. Oops, let me leave it out of there while I do this last one. And we got our blueberries. We'll slide these up here. Slide this tray over. We're going to work on our yellow onions. Okay, I think I'm just going to do 2 in each one, maybe 3 at the most. All right, we're gonna top those off with a little soil. All right, we're gonna pat those down a little bit, gently. Okay, those are our yellow onions. onions done. And I think what we're going to do, I'm not going to worry about this one because I'm going to hold a couple of these black trays in this one for March, because we're doing February right now for March. And in March, we'll start on seeds for whatever we can pre-seed before it goes outdoors in March. I think there are a couple that I could pre-seed, like broccoli. I think cauliflower. I don't think I have any cauliflower this time, but I do have broccoli. I don't have the burgundy broccoli. I'm going to look around. I don't know what I did with, unless I planted all of it, but I didn't think that I did. But I definitely got plenty of broccoli. Everything else pretty much going into April and May is so direct into the ground. So anyway, let's put these onions up. And we're going to put some of our lettuce. We're going to sprinkle our lettuce around. Some of the little gems specifically is what I'm trying to work with. Little gems almost look like lettuce heads. I'm not going to overfill it. I'm only going to do 2 per section. Got some worm casings, but I'll worry about those. I bought them in, but I think I'm gonna fool with these when these start growing and I actually go to transplant them in the ground. We'll be adding worm casings to the transplanted plants. Hopefully, if this year's transplants do okay. Alright guys, let's finish up this one. This will be the last tray for the evening. Alright. Alright. Okay, this is regular, it's called salad bowl lettuce. This is the typical lettuce that you see on hamburgers. This is mescune. We're going to do a couple of mixtures. This is mescune. It is a mixture of arugula. What else is in here? Some of the salad bowl. We got some oak leaf. Some royal oak leaf. We got some what they call price leaf, and sometimes, like I said, arugula. And these are typical salads that I think you can find in some of your upscale restaurants. And then, of course, the little gems. The little gems are actually they grow up like almost like a lettuce. They are small. Sprinkle. Alright, we're not going to do too much. We're going to do some green salad bowl. I don't have much of it. I'm going to get a little bit of it. I got enough to put into. I usually hold on to these packets because I want to be able to Did I put some in this one? No, I didn't. It's a gourmet mix. And I'll save some of this because I also have some that I harvested off of different ones from last year. And we usually put these in the big bowls right off the deck. So family can go right out and grab some if they need some for their salads. All right. Get us another little cup. And I think I'm going to bring in a couple of my, y'all know we use the lights last year out in the garage. And I think since I don't have anything out there, I'm going to bring them in and use them on the table here with these to kind of help get them a good start, hopefully. All right, let's spray them down. All right. All right, so I'm gonna get my lights and we're gonna leave these on the table here doing their thing, and we'll check back in about, I guess, about a week and see what's going on with them.